I mean, Godzilla versus Kong seems to be doing better. Not Godzilla versus Kong, Godzilla X Kong, the new empire.
Does that mean Godzilla fucks Kong?
They're a team.
Well, it's like a buddy monster comedy.
It's a buddy cop.
It's a buddy cop. It's a buddy cop, but with monsters.
Yeah.
So the premise of the movie is that Kong is living in like the inner Earth or whatever the like inside.
Facts.
The inside dimension of Earth is.
There's like a world in there, and there's like a race of Kongs. And
exactly.
Journey to the center of the Earth.
And the villain in this story is like another Kong, but he's got a scar.
He's white too.
Yep. So
they made the bad guy white in this movie.
Oh my goodness!
Classic white monkey.
They did.
Classic Hollywood.
But they named the monkey that's bad Scar because he has a scar, right?
Oh, I thought it was a retelling of Lion King.
No, we're not that lucky. We're not lucky enough. We got a retelling of Fast and Furious, but with monsters.
That sounds about right.
So the evil monkey can control this monster that can like breathe ice or whatever, and Kong recruits Godzilla to help them like defeat the monkeys and the evil.
How'd that
conversation
monster go?
Oh man!
And then they went together. Yep.
And then they go fight together. They go fight evil monkeys.
Granted, that's like everyone's conversation at 2 a.m. on Saturday night.
Yeah. And then Kong hurts his arm or something. So what the fuck? Then Kong hurts his arm or something. So they give him like a robot arm, like a bumblebee attachment. For
so they got disabled Kong in this too.
Oh yeah,
we got to hit all the check boxes.
Well,
they did it.
Female.
It's a black lead.
Female lead actress plus a deaf girl who's sympathetic to monsters. So they hit those boxes. Then obviously the Godzilla now has to have pink spikes, which is like pink hair.
Yeah, dude, that dude's transitioning through every movie.
Yeah, that dudette. I mean, do we ever know what gender Godzilla is? Godzilla's a boy Godzilla, right?
Non-binary, asexual.
Fuck. Again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Every Godzilla?
Every single time. I don't know how he reproduces.
But I mean, this is just the movie that I'm so tired of because you have other Godzilla projects that are actually decent. Like Godzilla Minus One came out,
did really good,
and that movie was so loved that it got hang time in theaters. They actually extended its runtime because people were actually excited about it and it was talking. It was word of mouth was drawing people to the movie.
I still haven't seen that one.
I'm really excited to see it, but I mean, Godzilla Minus One's like special effects. I mean, obviously don't.
Well, they won an Oscar for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Godzilla X Kong is like half cartoon, half like live action with like the people. The people. Because they just did so much fucking CGI, and CGI is getting worse, and I'm sick of it, and I'm so tired of all this fucking CGI and shit.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, you texted us the other day and was like, hey, do you want to review this movie? And I said no, and here we are talking about it. And we haven't even seen it.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, it's getting some negative feedback that's been talked about because
it's
the
just
movie was
another
not diverse enough.
Dumb monster movie. I enjoyed the last couple just because they were just
you just
dumb
gotta
fun.
Take them what they are. Just they're dumb.
I want to
fun.
see a monkey
It's dumb
punching
fun.
a lizard.
And that's
Let's go.
what you're gonna get.
Well, I mean,
And skip through the human shit.
well,
Yep.
you don't need to like. The thing is like if they had done another Godzilla movie or another Kong movie, I probably would have been more excited for either. But they go from Godzilla versus Kong immediately into Godzilla and Kong, which is exactly what they did for Fast and Furious. Once they realized The Rock and Jason Statham, like their character chemistry on screen was so good, they made Hobbs or like Calvin and Hobbs.
Everyone forgave Statham for killing Hans too.
Did he kill Hans? I thought
Yeah.
Hans came back to life or something.
Oh, they probably retcon that shit. Damn
I
it!
thought Hans was like, I'm not dead, just kidding.
I cannot.
JK.
I cannot explain how much I hate that franchise.
Which
Fast
is
and Furious. Oh yeah, that's not good. I stopped watching after like pretty early on.
I was like, 3's the cutoff.
I think that's where I stopped too.
I think 4 and 5. I think one of those two movies. I don't know if I made it to 5 where I liked it, but 4, I know I liked 4. But yeah, 3. The problem I had with 3 was that it's exactly the same as that Never Back Down movie. It's the exact same fucking movie.
And that was a fun movie.
That was a fun movie. But why on earth were they making the exact same movie like over and over again with different
Because this one's in Japan and they drift.
Yeah.
well, not all Asians
Tokyo
drift.
He's the Donkey Kong.
That's why the white guy was the best at it. So
Everyone knows.
The white guy with the muscle car.
all he needed was a montage and a mentor.
Montage.
Montage.
Then of course his mentor dies, and now he has to become the Drift King.
He becomes the Drift King.
It's basically like
what
it's
happened.
basically the plot of Star Wars: A New Hope.
I am the king
But
of drift.
it's Star Wars: A New Hope, where like he has some trouble at home, and then he gets taken, like goes somewhere else, has a mentor who teaches him how to be a Jedi, and then his mentor dies, and now he becomes the best at it.
You gotta feel the tires on the road.
Yeah, like
Be
how
the
tires
road.
work. You ever have a shitty tire and you just like hit a bump or something?
Anyway, Godzilla versus Kong.
Sorry, yeah, I did derail quite
Yeah.
a bit there. Godzilla versus Kong. I wouldn't have been so.
A little.
It was worse last week.
That's true. That is honestly true. I mean, Godzilla versus Kong brings out the worst of me because CGI is the enemy, I think, of good creation right now. I don't think there's anything that is coming out that has 60% plus CGI that is going to be a good film. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, Avatar is
I think
maybe
you got like a hill you're trying to die on when it comes to visuals, like in gaming and in movies.
It's making it fucking worse. It's always making it worse.
It's okay.
There's nothing better about this shit.
I think he's overshooting this one. You're not wrong in the direction it's going, but I think it's not quite as bad as
I don't know. I was watching a show earlier this week. It's Dumb and Dumber's new project on Netflix. The guys that did Game of Thrones,
Oh yeah.
called Three Body Problem. It's actually pretty good. I mean, for the amount of money they spent, the CGI does kind of suck balls in that one, but it doesn't take away from the show.
It doesn't. I mean, I'm not saying it has to take away from the show. I'm saying that it's not a law. It's like a rule. It like there are breakout examples, and like there's going to be case studies of CGI that's done right now, but the rule is generally that CGI deteriorates the quality of the film, and it
extends to more than that, because it's like, all right, Denis Villeneuve on Dune 2, or the special effects director, someone was asked, is like, how does it look so good? And it's like, well, we planned. And that's it.
we planned.
It's like in most movies these days, they're constantly reshooting stuff, or they have directors that don't understand special effects, and they don't bring in like special effects guys to be like, hey, this is really not going to work out if we shoot it like this or something.
Yep.
So that's the biggest issue, is that the people in charge don't understand special effects or how to use them.
Right. I mean,
Because you could spend all the money in the world trying to get your special effects to look good, but if you don't shoot it the right way or have a plan for it instead of reshooting all the time, it's gonna look like shit regardless.
I think you could have the best director in the world, and if the studio says we want the CGI bad monster, we want the CGI monster, I don't think it's better than practical effects. And
You want a guy in a suit like Bigfoot walking through the woods?
I tell you what, when it comes to Godzilla versus Godzilla Kong, I would take a guy in a suit just knocking over a bunch of cardboard buildings and shit. Oh, instead of the CGI bullshit.
like a really bad suit.
Like this
really obvious.
Yeah, like this like 70s freaking monster
Yeah.
movie.
It's just a drunk Kong. He's just stumbling through the city.
He's
the
got a
strings
tequila
attached
bottle.
to him.
He's like, oh. I made Kong Hispanic in my example. They didn't need to.
Raw. He throws up in his mask.
Oh, Godzilla, how you doing? Want to help me beat up Scar?
Was this like the 90s Mario Bros movie?
Yeah.
No, I general rule of thumb is I think movies with intensive CGI tend to be bad. I don't think that you bring up a great point that, you know, if the director who's planning things, if the director gets ahead of it, they
I think it's correlation, not causation.
Yeah, but I think it
Because
also
they focus more on the spectacle than they do the story.
it ties into money in Hollywood also, where we've talked about before, where like everything is so much more expensive to create and produce and make than it used to
But
be
it's
because
really
of.
not that much. It's just, I think they're blowing half the budget on Coke half the time.
I mean, yeah.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah. You spend $100 million on Coke, yeah.
You're gonna have fun.
Well,
You can be like Scarface and just have a mountain of it on your table.
right. Not to completely rehash the union thing, though, but you do make it almost impossible to find good talent when you are forced to deal with unions who like have the worst talent completely insulated so they can't be fired or like picked apart. I mean, you have to spend the most money on the worst talent because you're dealing with the unions.
Unions are cool back in the day. Now they're not.
When they used to use bats and shit, and you say, "Don't mess with the unions.
Don't fuck with my workers."
Yep, that's when it was cool.
That's when it was cool.
Now it's lame and it's ruining movies.
It's lame and gay, and they put a chick in it.
I think Godzilla x Kong probably has some lasting time. I mean, I think that one will probably be a lot of... I mean, now that it's out, you'll probably see a lot of people flock to it looking for just something in the theater to go see.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing else going on.
Yeah, not really. Like we said, it was just dumb. It's just dumb fun. Go enjoy it. Not gonna probably get anything compelling out of it. But
Get wasted and go see Kong.
exactly.
Yeah. And if you see a child, push him. That's my call for violence in this episode.
Fight children pretending to be Kong. I'm so much bigger.
Hey, big monkey. Push children over.
Which of the Godzilla movies... I'm just curious. This is not to segue. What of the Godzilla, Kong... What about the big monster movies?
The
Is,
newer ones, like
guys'
from 2014 and up.
Go back as far as you'd like. I won't caveat it saying it has to be this franchise.
You like the
specific.
Matthew Broderick one from 2000?
No,
Oh yeah.
I
That's
think
the best.
what was the King Kong one with
Skull
Jack,
Island.
Yeah. Jack
Oh no,
Black
no, that was
the,
Peter. That was Peter Jackson's movie.
I liked that
Oh,
one.
that
King
one,
Kong.
That one is really good.
The one where he was fighting the T-Rex. He was going 1v3 with the T-Rex.
Yep, that was probably the best Kong movie, I think.
I think that one's probably my favorite. I don't know.
Yeah,
how
I
well
hated
that
it back
did
in the
either.
day, but
It's
I've grown to appreciate it now.
you
I mean,
remember
it came out in 2005. I was like 10, 11.
Yeah. Do you remember how long that movie was?
3 hours.
Isn't it really long?
Yeah.
That movie was ridiculously long, and it's 3 hours and 7 minutes. I just looked it
Holy
up.
cows.
3 hours and 7 minutes. It had a 7.2 audience score, and I'm curious if the budget's on here as well. I'm curious how it did, because I'm guessing that movie didn't do well, but I would take this movie over like the current day ones any day of the week.
Ugh.
Oh, I mean,
So in 2005, it had
fine.
an estimated budget of $207 million, and then
Oh, dude, I called it 2005.
and then gross
That's my superpower.
gross worldwide was 500 and almost 560
57
million dollars. So it did. I mean,
That's an expensive ass movie for 2005.
It
It
was
really
a lot of
wa-
money back then.
but that was CGI. That movie was very intensively CGI.
I like that when they started remaking Godzilla's again. The first one,
Yeah,
when he fought the
Mothman
With
or
the
Mothra.
two-
Mothra.
that would have been the second one.
Damn it!
That was the second one. The first one was like two big bugs he fought.
Yeah, they were mating in Las Vegas or
Yeah,
some shit.
there was a male bug and a ladybug.
Yep.
He
That was a good one too. I like that movie.
sorry.
It's alright. I preferred Skull Island, the introduction of the new King Kong.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was good too.
I mean,
I won't say good, but
It was a movie too.
it was a movie.
it was definitely a film that had
It was
things
on
on
a
it.
TV screen somewhere.
I mean, do you guys even know that they put out a TV show about the MonsterVerse?
No, I had no idea. I mean, I know that there was I know that the Godzilla movie, like the Godzilla content, was a show once upon a time. But that's history. That's like really old.
Yeah, no, this just came out this year. It's on Apple TV, I believe. It's not
That's
great.
why.
That would explain why I hadn't seen it.
It's funny. I saw this the lead actress and some like Asian lady or whatever. It's kind of cute. I was like, wow, this is a bad fucking show for you. And then now she's in FX's Shogun. I'm like, oh, this is a good fucking show.
This movie,